Well, conveniently, it is already on Photoshop, which is very useful. But the one person who apparently wasn't on Photoshop was the one person who needed to be on Photoshop, which was me. Right. What was I doing? Here we go. This is where you should really name things, but you know, naming things is overrated. button, that's fine.
Ah, good evening, Mr. Blue Bush. This is a new overlay. Oh, something's gone wrong there, but it was just informing that the pre-rolls had come back. Basically, I'm just trying to build. I'll give you a look at the overall thing in a moment or two, but not this very moment.
focus in on this area here. And okay, it's for when I do miniatures. I've basically made a sprue sheet. A sheet of sprues. And now I just need to put in small sprues, basically like I've done here, put in all the tiny bits and pieces. I just need to do the same for here. And I'm doing it fairly roughly and randomly, but that's all you really need to a certain extent. Sometimes you just need rough, ready, and, you know, whatever, basically. Oh, I can't see. There we go. That should be these two, I would expect. This would be the lowest of... Although it makes that much difference. Are you going to add component numbers? Probably not. I don't think it's going to be that detailed. But eventually I will try and get this leveled out in such a way. Oh, that's slightly higher. That doesn't make too much difference because I'm going to be deleting it, but I like to have it sort of at least reasonably accurate. Probably just rotate will do. I don't think it makes any real difference, but it might do, so that's the wrong one. Vertical, you fucking twit. There we go. So I don't think it makes that much difference compared to the rotating it, but I'm willing to change it just in case. Any two-part pieces? No. No, they're all single things. I was slightly tempted to try and sort of cut the O in some fashion, but it's barely legible as is. So trying to be any more fanciful than I already am, I think, would perhaps be unwise. Because as I say, it's barely legible as is, and I feel like I need to try and at least keep it semi-readable. So theoretically, if I drop this on top, that'll get back to being roughly in order. Not phenomenally, but give or take. In fairness, strictly speaking, if you find that impressive for what it looks like, theoretically, way down at the bottom, I'll probably undo this because I need to adjust things, but theoretically, that's going to be a good experiment. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Still needs to be joined with the rest, but I just need to turn that one on. There you go. With all the fancy effects on it, you get an even greater notion That should fix up a little bit better once I actually join them all together. But yes, you can bevel them all. And my theory is once I've put all these sprues together, what I can do is combine all of the layers together and put the beveling layer even that I've got on there. That should just round everything off nicely. Well, technically it doesn't round anything off at all. It actually makes it more square because it's a solid chunky bevel rather than a soft bevel. Right, I think maybe do the sort of offset one again that I've done previously. That position should do. There we go. Offset. That'll do nicely for that. Now. Suggested to Josh I would mount my model kits on the spur and still. Do a frame, blimey. I imagine that would take a hell of a lot to do. Right. Now, I can't deny I was going to do another split one, but I think it's going to be too many. I think what might be better let's make this one. I think that's okay. Yeah. This T. Let's make the M as well. I might. Make it slightly different more than anything else. Exactly the same principle, just ever so slightly subtly changed up. Right, so yeah, one of the T should probably basically be the same as the I, and then I might do a split one for the U to keep the two U bits a bit different. Theoretically, that should be all the ones I want. I'm basically trying to get that pretty much central, which I think can't get much more central than that. Right, so the bottom one. Well, it certainly does suggest I'm going to do some miniature painting. Can't necessarily guarantee that, but it is sort of on the cards. Considering I did set up the desk and everything, so it's not hundreds of miles away from the notion, but top bunch of those. Right, so I think all of that. Move it and find out. No, we haven't quite got everything. That one? That was. Figure this one out. Whoops. very wrong button. So we got... we want all of it over 1, because then that'll put it in the centre. Move that down 1. That's fine. Move that in. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's delete that. And delete that. Oh, little zoom. No wonder I can't find the bloody line I'm looking for. Okay, that's the one I was after. Yeah, it's nicely different. I think the E and the S are going to be just sort of fairly bog standardy ones. Same as I've done for others. That's definitely got a little bit of Mario in it there, isn't it? Or at least I think it's Mario that I'm thinking of. Right, so if we've done... offset this one, or shall we do it in this? No, I think we'll offset these. We'll do it that way. Or is that might be a classical piece of music, mightn't it? There's definitely something recognisable in amongst this chip tune. It's just not quite recognisable for me to recognise it, which is awkward. Regular one at the top there. Maybe just have a pair that are central. Now let's think about what we need to do next. What is the plan? That's a very good question. What is the plan? I think that's basically all the sprues done. Yeah. Right. So I suppose the other thing we want to do is just the right button. Shouldn't make that much difference, but I don't know. I've done it for all the rest of them, so I'll continue doing it for that one. Right. Okay. Sprues in place. There. Let me figure out precisely what I want to do inside those areas, if anything. I think for now, let's try and start gathering some of these. So there's the outer plastic. Group frame. Okay, so assuming this is interesting. Okay, so outside. Exactly where it's done copied and I've got that. Technically, rather I want these. Right, okay, I'll figure out precisely how I'm going to try and do this. So, sprue, one in the groove, put dibble, grub, I've run out of camera sprue, and that goes. So theoretically, merging those, and basically all the things there. And then, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's worked. That's worked rather well. Yes, indeed. That is good news for me. Let me look better on top or below. Marginally better on top, that's fine. And now we just got to figure out. I mean, theoretically, we probably want to just. So what? Probably, maybe worthwhile. Bring that one over. Just theoretically, I do want them all to be green, of course, because they're meant to be unpainted on a sprue. So the fact that they are green, and I can't deny that it's not as smooth as perhaps I'd want there, so I might need to adjust that. But that font works surprisingly well on maybe adjusting that a little bit. Yeah, possibly not 1000%. Do it. Oh, no, it's not done it for that much. Soften. No. Just chisel soft like that. No, no. Smooth bevel. Yeah. Which I like more. Down? No, I don't like it going down. I think it needs to go up. I think maybe the smooth, for the fact that they're meant to be sort of plastic pieces you put together, I feel like the smooth might prove the superior option for those ones. Yeah, and possibly even my face as well. That six worked. Right. Okay. Good. Now the next step of figurines, which is which next step do I want to try and tackle? Camera outline wants to be on top of everything. Maybe? It's actually a difficult one to say for certain. Better with those one on top, which is fair enough. We will still move it up slightly like that. So ideally we are basically working on top of everything. Next step. Let's just have a look in these settings here. Slightly prefer that. Always the problem is figuring out which the next step is. Or at least I usually have a problem with figuring out what the next step is. Where the hell did I put those? Pictures, probably. Pictures. Have you got a picture? Texture images, that's what we're after. Good. Good. We appear to have none of the ones I thought I had. Cool. Cool. How surprising. That is... No, it's definitely not wood. Actually, that's the wood. Wood, there we go, wood. Let me do that in person. Absolutely. Wooden cards on it. Can we... Textures, and ideally full. Just one could do that. Refine. Wood. Free wood. Here we go. Yeah, mostly flooring. What's that already on that one? Where the fuck is that? I do like that one, you know. I own none of those, they're fresh. Flooring. Never go if you think you're hard enough. Diffuse. Really looks like flooring. You can't see this. I'm not trying to myself. As is the norm. How good that is. At the end. Ah, good, right, and now we once again search for wood. I'm on the search for wood. I'm on the search for wood. All for me, and none for you. And after me some wood. That's very much not the wood I'm looking for. That's not really the wood I'm looking for. That's viable, but possibly not available to me. suitable. Fine wenge wood, mahogany veneer. Look at that mahogany veneer. Weirdly, rustic ash is actually close to the real life. Ooh, that's chunky. Can we just get that as a... Ah, yes, I think we can. Yes, okay, cool. That's handy. Oh, we'll have that. Might not use it, but we'll have it. Save it, please. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you doing it? I don't understand. What are you doing? Where did you go? Over there. Right. Open that folder. Like that. And now let's start a new folder for wood. Wood. Pseudo-woodo. Again, I apologise you can't see any of this, but yeah, it's fine. Trust me when I say it's not that exciting. I am just sifting around wood textures and picking up as many wood textures as I can find to then try and build what is essentially going to be a desk. So the idea behind the overlay is it's sat upon desk. Oh, that's only a tiny one, but we'll give it a go, it might work. I can always make it a big one, even though it is originally a tiny one. You can always make your big one you can always make your tiny one a big one if you concentrate and think hard enough. If you think hard enough, then it's... Oh, did I really? Have I done? No, I haven't. Oh, because you required the premium. That's fine. I didn't understand. It was suggesting it was 2 credits worth of cost, and it still refused to allow me to download it, but it's because it's premium. Must admit, the rustic appeals the most. Can we drop that in and see what happens? Yes, we can. Cool. Okay, so we'll just drop it in like that. Theoretically, I feel like this is a tileable one. I'm showing the wood, don't you worry. The wood is being shown. And the question posed is it tileable? Because if the answer is yes, I'd say that was pretty tileable. I wonder if I need to go over one more, because I've found in the past sometimes what looks like it is in fact tiling is not actually tiling. We want that below there anyway, and then duplicate those two. And we'll do an extra one for luck. There we go, good. Duplicate the layers, drop them down, put them in place. Once again. Cool, I think. Anyway, I can always technically have another crack at it, but that does look suspiciously like it's done what I want it to do. I'm going to take that, and yeah, we just want to take that out of there. Should allow for the gap. Good, I think that's good. Yeah. Might be a little bit dark, but I might be able to adjust that when needed. The one thing I do want to do though Yeah, nothing over that one. Drop a duplicate there. I've got the original large volume of wood as well. But I think that's worked nicely. Now we just need to get these markers back so that I can tell where they're supposed to be going. Put them by there. Save it up because I'm suitably satisfied by what we've managed to accomplish. At this point, I'm wondering if that bevel actually would not go on this being slightly higher. Yeah, slightly deeper shadow. I reckon that might work. So double check that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it might be better to have those on top. Probably those on top as well. Yeah, because it dispenses of a couple of those shadow areas that we don't want. We don't want on there. So a quick and easy solution to the shadow areas that you don't want. Right. Okay. Oh, Baroque Virus. That's the name of the song, if you're unaware. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be called the Baroque Virus. I like it. God, I really like it, actually. It's got a little bit of darkness to it. Am I able to actually favourite these, or is that not a thing I'm allowed to do? Oh, here we go. I can like it. I shall like it. It just leapt out at me with the whole sort of... It's got Castlevania vibes, which makes a degree of sense. It is called Baroque something. Anything called Baroque is going to have a little bit of Castlevania vibe. Or, rather, I suppose Castlevania has a Baroque vibe. Whichever way around you like to think of it. Right. Okay. So... Next step. Next step indeed. What is the next step? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. But I don't know either. I'm you. Fucking idiot. I mean, it's sorting out the pink bits, because, you know, the pink bits need to be adjusted to fit the rest of the scheme. Which is basically, I mean, for the most part, they are going to end up just, I think, really, rasterise it. That's the lower star. Well, possibly the wrong lower star. Oh no, I suppose it's the same one I've used on the font, isn't it? So yeah, it's fine for that. And then that one, rasterise it, and paste it. And that is actually the alerts box. And then rasterise. Not that I really needed to rasterise it, I think, but I have done so now. Now it's that. I mean, technically that works. It does fit, doesn't it? I don't know. I wanted something a bit more. Let's double check if that goes a bit lower to no, get that shadow, so that's definitely better on the top. Yeah, definitely better on top. Right. Find something Yes. Now that is an idea. That is distinctly an idea. Okay. Again, you don't know what that idea is, but I do, and I like that idea. So let's have a look at what we can find. See if we can get something of interest. I rather hope so, but I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. Making it up as I go along. It's the only way to do things. Making them up as you go along. That page is not terrible. Yeah. I do like orcs because I like the fact that I've just found a page of orc weapons and the descriptions on them is truly magnificent. So big shooter, heavy weapon with lots of dagger, that's fair enough, but it's got a bayonet on it and it's just marked up as stabby end. And then big chopper, dead killie axe? Yeah, dead killie axe, and then there's a spike on the back that's just extra stabby bit. And oh, the shock attack gun is brilliant. So you've got a spinny bit, clever gubbins, and no watts. Burner gubbins for the combi weapon. Shooter with scorcher. Burner gubbins. Oh, mech gas. I thought it was Muck-K gas, and I was thinking, why would they have Muck-K gas? But they wouldn't. Ammo bit. The best way to kill hard stuff with a power claw. Orc goes in here. Genuinely surprised the other end of that. They didn't just go, enemy goes in here. Let's see, so... I mean, that's got the chopper in it. I'll grab that melee weapon. There we go. I'm more after melee weapons. What sort of shit's here? I say shit. I mean, they're beautiful weapons. I'm not suggesting otherwise. Fucking sprue anyway. Let's copy that and let's get into a new window. I don't know whether this is going to override what we've currently got or not. New document, please. iPhone, I suppose. No. Yes? Ah, no, it's not actually visible. That's fine. Well, that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. It will be visible at some point in the not too distant future.
try this method because sometimes that works. Bloody thing. Let's forget that. Right, so we've got the option of a chopper and a... Well, yeah, I mean technically they're both choppers, but I'm assuming the axe is called something slightly different. Precisely what it's called, I'm not sure. But they're technically both choppers. Right. Now, the question was... how I can integrate them. Good question. I don't know the answer. Now I'm genuinely just mumbling to myself, which is fair. Let's increase the size of that, and then let's get it up on screen. There we go. That way you can see roughly what I'm doing. Not that it's exciting at all, because basically it's what I usually do, which is go around with a vector doodad and copy this thing. Copy it like I was a photocopier. There's probably easier ways to do it. In fairness, there is a built-in trace function with Corel Draw, but I don't know. I like the manual touch. I'm only after a silhouette, or am I? I'm only after a silhouette. So we'll just drop a load of points in, wrap around. Magic Wand would work, especially against the white. It would probably work, but I don't know. I'll get myself a vector graphic of it. Now, decisions. Truth be told, I don't. No, I don't really want an arm. So we'll cut the arm off and not have an arm on it. Now, I wonder actually. So I did that. Yeah, okay. Slight change of plan. That's the wrong tool. I wonder if I can get it to work. Drop that. Well, yeah, drop that back up there. And then more of that. Separate thing. Yeah, probably. Let's put another box there. Another box there. I'm sure those two are connected, but right this very moment it doesn't matter. I can connect them later if it didn't work. Ding, ding, ding. I will just point out this is intended to be quite rough because I'm going to go in and refine it in a moment or two. I'm just getting the rough estimate of the shapes. And then what we're going to do is zoom in ever so slightly further and start getting a bit more refinement in here. Never has to be 100% perfect as long as you get the vague gist of it. I must admit that is a vastly more crooked edge than I ever gave it credit for, but that is another thing that is quite workable and doable. This one's a bit of a kinky A bit of a kinky edge. Nobody ever asked what they did with these axes. I suppose arguably kill people. That's what they do with these axes. Kill anything that moves for the great war. Right, we'll leave that until later, so we'll go around this side. Cutting wood. Well, assuming the millions of innocents they well, I say innocents, fucking hell. It's fucking Warhammer 40k. I don't think anybody could be classified as innocent. But some people are slightly less corrupted arseholes than others. Horizontal. Yeah. Right. So let's get that one in there. Probably wrong for that. So, it is a bit of a solid point. But I'm going to try extra point in there. Right, so here in fairness, we probably just want to sort of. I've decided to do this a slightly different way, so we don't have to worry too much about this end here. Sort of basically end it roughly there, maybe. This little thing. Yes, that's certainly sufficient. Bloody points now. For anybody interested and unaware, this is, I believe at the very least, I'm relatively certain I'm correct in this assessment, this is called vector graphics, if you were unsure. You don't always have to trace something, you can vector things that aren't traced. Can't deny, most of the time the things I vector are tracings, because you can do fairly accurate things with vector graphics, because they are, I believe at least, they are sort of mathematically certain graphics, essentially, rather than other graphics which aren't necessarily mathematical. These are mathematical lines calculated between the vertices, hence why it's called vertex. Did I call it vertex? Yeah, vertex drawing or something like that anyway. The benefit of vertex drawing, of course, is with like a pixel line you'd do in Photoshop, if you stretched it out, it would, you know, it would try and stretch that many pixels, whereas a vertex line, it doesn't have to stretch the pixels, it just stretches the vertices, which allows it to be exactly the right shape, even if you increase the size. Fun facts all round. Doesn't everybody love a fun fact in town? Let's put that there, and put that there. Let's get this. I'll do them sort of as rounded as they are, because there's an argument that says a spike is technically always rounded, I suppose. And even something rounded, if you've got enough muscle behind you, and let's be honest, orcs are pretty much made of muscle. Mushroomy muscle. Muscle room. They get up and running in the muscle room. Superbish anyway. We need a bit more across. Yeah, squared out a bit more. Now here, we need to figure out what's happening here. Basically, take a node there. Probably then put this one down, put this one down. On the side we can pop a bit and scuff at that corner, but it's like a kinky corner, but a kinky corner is not too bad. It is after all an orc axe, and they're not gonna be perfect. Like that. That's one of the high points there. Then be careful there. Careful isn't really my stuff. Just do things and hope for the best. That's my style. There we go, one axe head. Line this handle up a bit better. One benefit of this later version of Corel Draw is you can put got a better sort of, like, you can see that's snapping to the node, so if you need to put a node on top of a node, you can be fairly confident you're going to be able to if it says it's a node. If it says it's on the node, you can trust that it's on the node. There are benefits and negatives to this newer version of Corel Draw. And I emphasise newer because I think even this one is now several years old. I don't want any adjustment to this handle. Maybe do a little bit. Out and in a little bit. I think I did much to it, but every little helps, you know. Right, what do we want here? We want two bands there, two bands coming up there, and this one sort of squeezes in underneath. I think it's probably going to go a bit funky on me, but it's fine. A little bit of funkiness never hurt anybody. I could put on the funky tunes if I really wanted to, but I didn't. I didn't particularly desire funky tunes. What I was going to do is Mirrorcore Sound, but apparently none of the Mirrorcore Sound songs are on there anymore, potentially. Although they do seem to be, just, I don't know. It was weird, it was kicking up a fuss, so I figured, fuck it, chiptunes. A simple chiptunes station. I do enjoy my chiptunes. They are quite good. Especially a couple of these have been really, very, very entertainingly marvellous. Make as many adjustments as you need to a line to get it to work, really. Cool. So, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to get those to work in the end, but it's one of those occasions where it's just do it and then solve the problems as and when they come up. That's generally how I do things. Because otherwise I don't tend to do things, because I get locked in a state of wondering how to do things, and then I realise I haven't done the things. So sometimes it's easier just to make sure you do something. Oh, Zomboids challenge. I feel like I've had that one. It doesn't fully ring a bell, so I'm assuming no. No, sorry. Maybe I just remember it from a previous occasion or something. It's not a bad one. Especially because it's got very... I mean, most chiptunes do have a tendency to feel very video gamey, because I think that's where chiptunes came from. Fundamentally, they will inevitably sound gamey because that's where they originated. But this one, I don't know, this one just, more so than a couple of the others, this one's got that video game vibe to it. So probably want to sort of drag that in there and drag this one in there as well, because that way that takes over. Arr, the pirate ship is here. Are you volunteering to take this pirate ship for a wee spin? Arr, Jim lad, I'd be happy to take your pirate ship for a spin. And the reason why I left the circle is because I can do a circle with a circle. Which I know sounds like insanity, surely. How could you possibly say such a thing? You can do circles with the circle tool. You're a madman. But sometimes, do you know what? Sometimes it's easier just to embrace the fact that there are certain tools that will do certain shapes in an instant. Do 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 do. Do you want to see my pirate treasure? You can view it for free. But if you want to leave the ship, it will cost ye dearly. It's how I made my treasure. You have to deposit several doubloons into my vault, and then you can leave my ship. Else I'm gonna take my cutlass and gonna stick it up you, and you will not like it. That's the end of the song. I imagine I'm the only one who could possibly have any disappointment towards that notion. Well, we've got the basic shapes, what we want to do... Oh, that's handy. I had assumed I was going to end up with... let's just do this strangely as well. And kind of what I'm forming is like some kind of weird... I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but it's definitely weird. Needs to be like the... Yeah, no, that's the wrong one. Cool. And, all the line colour. Make sure that joins up a little bit. Sometimes it's bizarre that things can look not shit, and I mean that's not even meant to be. It's not even meant to look particularly good or bad. It's just there's something in that bold colours. There's something quite satisfying about it. That one. That one. Right, so, okay, plans. They need to be dealt with. I don't really know how best this is going to be accomplished, but we'll just, as usual, we'll just sort of go with it. Go with it, hope for the best. Oh, yes, indeed. Axe, oops, no, spell it right. Should work. The problem is the rest of this plan is not going to, I don't think. I suppose we'll see. We'll see if we can make it work. I don't know. Somehow I feel like I might be able to make it work. See if any of that is going to translate into how I need it to translate. No, I mean part of that at least doesn't look like a good start. Okay, well that's a good start. That's a tolerable start. That's okay. That's alright, okay. Now I just need to sort of put them together in some fashion. But yeah, none of them are in the correct place. Just basically going to position them as best I can, really. just a little bit off. I've just realised you can't see the next step that I'm working on at the moment. Yeah, I think that needs to be a little bit further along. So I'll pop that off. Something like that. And you're more than welcome to wonder why are you making it so complicated. And the answer to that question is I don't fucking know. But the idea, it's not perfect at the moment. I'll make sure that actually, well, I mean, I say not perfect. Terrible either. I think we want that bevel and emboss to be the soft version, the smooth, and then probably not quite as high up. Yeah. Maybe even, do we want it? Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think up, I think down might work actually. I'm not sure. Copy. This is going to work out what I want to take it. Always like to have many layers. Way too many layers in fact. Like it's better to have too many layers and not enough. Unfortunately now I've lost the other thing. That's really beneficial. Flip it. Oh, nah, yeah, maybe. Maybe I do want to go up rather than down. Having said that, that's definitely not what I would classify as terrible. Although I must admit, I actually don't want the drop shadow on that. No, I do not want a drop shadow on that. Let's just try and play with this bevel and emboss a little bit, maybe. Maybe I do want to now be slightly deeper. That's going to be interesting. This isn't exactly how you would have an axe on a sprue. Of course, you wouldn't actually be able to get it out because it would be essentially an axe mould more so than an axe on a sprue, but it adds a little bit of, yeah, I mean, it adds a little bit of something else. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will make sure I copy that layer style, and clear the layer style. No, that won't work. The whole reason you kept them separate is to keep them separate. Let's pop them in a folder though, that'll at least get them down a notch. So yeah, as I say, it adds a little bit of design flair to it, but as I say, because I want that to be a chat box, I do rather want it to be a square. For some reason, I suppose arguably my own filthy mind, but I saw that. I read that at the corner of my eye. The Glory Days by Big, and I thought somewhere online it said Big Giant Dicks or something. But there you go. It's fairly standard practice by now. My brain can't remove the filth, despite often trying. Yes. Looking alright. He's looking alright now. I think we probably do want to do the other extras perhaps. So I perhaps do want to pop round this dagger at least. That, yes. Yes, one of them should probably be covered at all times, which is fine. Theoretically fine, anyway. But yeah, if I just do this chopper, I'll pop CDR back on and deal with basically just forming a chopper. Bit of a peculiar shape this one, but we should be able to work through that. That's a bit of a sort of bolt again, isn't it? So we'll deal with the rest of that later. One strap, two strap, and then a pommel, which I'm assuming the pommel appears to be mostly a nut, which is fair enough. I think we've got most of our sort of primary key areas going on. I can't tell, because it's a moderately shitty image. Can't tell where the bloody blade is supposed to be, but to a certain extent it's not too bad having sort of slightly shitty reference images, because you end up improvising so much it almost becomes your own thing. Still definitely is not, it's distinctly tracing, but you know, if you have to make more and more of it up each time, it does start becoming a little bit more of your own thing. This blade shape going. Basically the idea here is I'm going to end up just doing a load of sort of teeth. Which is basically what I'm saying. Whether this is correct, what you're supposed to see on one of these things. And I'm not going to particularly worry about making them anywhere near sort of symmetrical or even at all. It is, after all, again, meant to be an orcish weapon, and orcs aren't necessarily known for their sort of maintenance of their weaponry. They tend to be more known for slamming the weapon into a person, but in an immensely brutal fashion. So. A little bit of unevenness. Top of the blade. Really nice and extreme. I'm doing it relatively quickly because it's just not hugely. Not good. Cheeky little round. There, and then sort of, I don't know if this bit's meant to be here, but again, to a certain extent, making it up gives me some liberties. What that was set to, but it was bloody awful. That's a bit better. Now here we'll just add a bit more of a shape to it as well. God damn it. Oh, sorry, I can understand why you're doing that. I will need to change you though, because I want you to be more of a little spike. Now here, we're trying to get like with before, these are meant to be sort of nut type things. Circular piece here. Drop that down with a little skew tool. Incredibly happy little tune, isn't it? Bye. Bye-bye, incredibly happy little tune. Bye-bye. Lovely. At this point, it was an incredibly happy little tune. Another way of doing it. It's just different to Photoshop. Bloody programs and their non-universal keyboard short. Quite get the right level the first time, the bloody zoom refuses to play ball. What the zoom is doing playing with balls, I do not know, but that's not 100% the point.
mean, it's rough and ready, but again, I state that is roughly living up to Orc standard. Pop those ones have our low grey, as opposed to our Earl Grey, which is something completely different. Those two as our sort of slightly upper grey. And that one, and this one should be our. I need a different shade of grey. So that one and that one should be a slightly lesser shade of grey, doesn't it? Black for you, and you should probably be the middling grey, which I believe was that one, yes. And then let's sort out some layer orders here. That I think is the page up. Page down, page up for that. Yeah, and the black one should be on top as well, so page up for that. Once again, we want to, when you ditch the lines, it suddenly does. Well, I've used different shades of grey, which is of no real significance, but I do kind of want to. There we go. I want to make them match now, which is even less important than what you were doing previously. Now. And that should be the lower shade of grey. Just slightly bigger. Now everything bar the lightest of greys. Deleted. Let's call it blade. We've got the second tier of grey. Everything but the highest shades. That for that. Blade. Level. Transfer back to the shop of many. Of so many photos. In there. Suddenly started looking like a person looking off to one side. Ooh, what's down there? I don't know. Is it over here? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe I'll look over here. Oh, it's not over there. Is it above me? Oh, no, it's gone. Oh, I don't know where it's gone. Where did it go? Oh. I'm just really absolutely pissing around. Very silly. Diddly-dee. Diddly-dum. What I want to do is try and figure out how to line that up the best I can. Again, as usual, perfection is not 100% necessary, but we try. So that was mid-level, blade top level. Try and get that into position. Practically touching something like that. Quite close to the bottom, but not too bad. Yeah, I think that's about the right sort of area. Now we just need to, whoops, I need to put that on the piece. Ah, that's perhaps I'm pushing the wrong one. Again, bloody nuisance going between programs and then doing different sodding things. So you've got to assume there shouldn't be a gap there, so that's gotta. Yeah, okay. That's relatively even. I think that might be, as I say, good enough. Right, now, theoretically, I don't want to duplicate. I'm in a folder. There's that folder and move it down next to the other folder. Whoops, I put it in the folder. I didn't want it in the folder. Get out of the folder. Next to the folder, please. Thank you. Nice. I'll put you in another folder. Relatively easy to put along. Right, that's the left box. So pop you up here. It does have to be above the box. Otherwise it won't work. Funky angle. The funkiest of all angles. There we go. I think I'm mostly satisfied with that. Well, I'm not 100% sure about the desk colour. Possibly. Went. I'm not sure about levels as a decision. Vibrance wasn't the one I wanted, so I do. Drop it down into a more grey zone, I think. Brown is probably what I want. I just want maybe. Maybe a little bit of yellow in there, so we'll try hue saturation, colorise, see what happens. Maybe try and colorise a little bit of. Oh no, that's gone. Don't like that. Oh no, definitely don't like that. I'm green, I'm not green. The red sort of makes it all. I don't know. Not keen on that one. Rather than maybe just try a different one of my woods, although they're all quite dark woods. Some plywood, that might do one more. Oak veneer might do one more. Cork, not quite so much. Neither of those do what I want. That's I will struggle. That's fine. I like the lighter desk. Yeah. So let's just try this other one. I'm not getting the texture. It does make it a little bit easier to tile since it's much bigger. Looks a bit more industrial desk, like you'd find in a sort of more of a workshop, whereas that looks possibly a bit more like an actual desk. I don't know, let's have a look. What's quite interesting is having the stream preview in like tiny mode, which actually gives you a weird perspective over what is and isn't good. But one crucial thing we'll do first, we'll just in case I prefer this one, we'll get the secondary version of it. I think the lighter the better. I think the light, because the green, where it's beveled and where it is quite a dark green, it's darkened quite a lot. So the lighter the desk, the better the desk. So I think that balsa wood, or whatever it was called. Was it balsa wood? Plywood. Yeah, plywood clean. Clean plywood. I think clean plywood might be the one. Not the only one, but the only one that can make me go like, ooh, tasty. And I think fundamentally, we are basically at our sort of end point, I believe. Or not. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but I've done it, so no, not work. So turn it on, then off it, and then turn it off again. Alright, there are the numbers. Oh yeah, I forgot. Almost ridiculously, almost forgot I was actually doing the streaming thing. So I can, in fact, yeah, I am in the correct area. So what we're going to do. Should. No, it didn't. Oh, that's because it's not on. That one. Theoretically now, that might need it. I wonder if it needs rejiggering. I think that is the one. I've got the wrong switch. No. Yeah, I think I might have a theory as to why, which is awkward. Yeah, basically means I can't really do that, which is fine. I can do it without it on. No, I can't. Slightly awkward, but not 100% on. I can work around it for now and figure it out. Right, so it would be worthwhile having those numbers noted though. Right, let's have a look. Ah, there we go. Okay. We can get that. Good. We have rejiggered. Good. That's enough. Alright. We just need two come out of there. Figure out this mess of fucking guidelines that I've got here. Basically, I changed the plan several times, and thus I now have a mess of guidelines. Is this real life? Oh well, yes, it is. I was looking at the wrong preview as to what camera I was. I was looking at the stream preview, which has got a delay. So I was like, why is my hand not on the camera? I don't know. I don't understand. I'm confused. Right, so that's, you got 5, 10, and you got like 15, 20, then that's going to be 25, that's going to be 30, I think we're looking at 40? Yeah. So I'm going to pop there, transform, edit transform. I believe that's that side, yes it is, and I believe it's going to be equal at the top. I think it's 40 down as well. 40 down as well. Superb. What I might do is just make that 3. So 6, 7,
make that 60. 6 on there, make that 79. There we go. That should be that. Now, if we can... the partial benefit at the moment, until I possibly try and get slightly fancier with it, is we'll just, as far as I can tell, I can just do it as a singular PNG image. Nothing else affecting it. Let's just sprinkle that sauce. Sprinkle the sauce all over the place. That's what we like to see. Add the sauce now. Cool. That seems to have worked. Good. It all seems to line up as far as my eyes can tell at least. Now, I might want to change that. That's no problem. That. Well, that can go roughly there, but oh, I see, because you can't see it, you can't. There we go, okay, fine. Oh, yeah, I can't actually. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, there we go. Pop right there, that should be fine. Now the chat box. I'm feeling like I probably want to do a different thing. The event list I just don't want. That's fine. The alert box, that's going to require some fiddling. That has to be square. I can just expand it out a little bit more. Yeah, something like that will do nicely. Now, so I think with chat box, we'll probably do something else now. I've got the a lot of glare. No. Technically does provide the light I want, but I'll have to figure out a way of getting away from the glare. But I do wonder if that's going to be a solution. I suppose that's within reach, is it? No, it's not. Dropping shit on the floor. Mostly the glare does come off of the shininess of the desk. Non-shiny things doesn't glare, so potentially I
always planning on putting a cardboard base upon the desk, so that might remove that glare reasonably well. And also, I've just realised that, of course, that is not even my final form. Go, more lights! My God, the man is full of lights now. Yes, yes, I have the power of lights everywhere, all over the world. I have the power of lights. Lights all over. Oh, he's making it rain. Now that is interesting. I don't 100% disagree with that, but that is not. That's right, I understand. Yeah, I'm not 100% against that.
Nah, I see ya!
Still not 100% against that, but I think it is going to be better to do that. And we'll do that one.
Who's sneaking about?
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do you a second. We'll do you a second. Make it rain, just to make it worthwhile as it rains down upon the screen. But yeah, that's fine. So we can lock that layer down. We can lock that layer down now. Oh, there we go. If you were unaware, that is Leviathan from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Well, it's Leviathan from Final Fantasy VII. Or rather, it's Leviathan. Now, why is that not there? The alert box is not in the right place. There we go, let's try that again. That's better. Now it's into the chat box. That's why the chat box couldn't be seen. I did wonder. I was sat there going, I wonder why. I don't understand. Why is this happening? Oh, I just realised this is a fucking Christmas song. Right. They don't bounce at the moment. That's the other thing I'm going to figure out. Right, yeah, I think that's... Let's turn some of these lights off because I do not need them. For the sake of the test, off, please. It's quite nice. I can do the lights wirelessly because I've got the little controller, and oops, I pushed one. Hey, lights. And wait for it. No lights. Apart from that one, who refused to turn off because you do actually have to face the direction they're going. But I must admit, it's a surprising amount of light without any of my actual lights on. Is it using its own? Oh, it does have its ring light on. I did wonder, because that does seem like an alarming volume of light for the fact that there's no lights. There's only one light in the entire room, and it's like nowhere near that desk. So how there was that much light going on that desk, I was very confused, but I now worked it out, so that's fine. Right, I wonder if this will do it without being a pain in the ass. It's rare that anything does anything without being a bloody pain in the ass, but log in via Twitch. Do you have the details stored within you, or am I going to have to do something drastic like change browser? Okay, no, we're fine. Strum tools, overlays, my overlays back. Create a... yes, create a blank overlay, that'll do. 1080 is what we want, yes. Now add a widget. We'll do add an image. Set the image. Where are you? Miniatures overlay. Miniatures overlay. Home page. Why so I need to upload first? That's why we missed a step. That's why it didn't want to work.
Oh dear, upload, that's what we want to do. Get that far. Where we do I tick that far? Ah, submit. That's the one. There we go. Precision size 1920 by 1080. I suppose arguably what we'll do. I'll just pop it over the top of this one since I'm working on it, but just so that it's not me mumbling with nothing present. I don't want to browse on a window capture. Let's just double check there's nothing on this window that's untoward. No, that's not the right window anyway. So, yes. No, not string element. No, it is that string element. Strictly speaking, you don't need the top bit. So there's nothing else there. No. I don't think it makes any difference, but I have the urge to just trim off the address bar somewhat. Which might be too much. Probably too much, maybe. There we go, that's unnamed overlay of it. Watch the screen. No, fit is usually better. There we go. Right, so that is what I'm essentially doing at the moment. I've placed the overlay here, but what you can do, this is Stream Elements for anybody interested. What you can do is you can toggle visibility off, and that means when you send it over, it doesn't actually show up. But one crucial thing we want is the chat, custom mode. Pop that over here, and then basically you just want to sort of size it up to where I've left the chat. Unfortunately, this is quite a small window for chat, which means might not be perfect for what. Oops. Might not end up being perfect for what I need, but rather it's going to either be not that readable and lots of chat, or not a lot of chat but quite readable. So let's call this miniatures overlay. Save that up. Now what we'll do, we'll get the... Where is that one? That's Capagen, that's the one. So ideally what we want is, I think, what I'll do is I think I will just have it bouncing on the desk area. Or not, sorry, on the cam, which is the desk area, but on the camera area. That makes sense. Not always, but sometimes. Right, emote size, probably something like that. So let's emulate a horror event, and where's the button? I never fucking remember. There's a button here somewhere. Entire screen for emotes, that's what we're after. Horror event. There we go. Now it's using the appropriate area of the screen, which is good. Right, with that chat, doing it all very awkwardly, but it's fine. I'm just doing it all over the place, as and when I remember. So we want Nightbot, and then I think either or, but still just in case. And I think we'll ditch out Pretzel Rocks so that Pretzel Rocks doesn't appear on the preview. But theoretically, next time Pretzel Rocks rocks up and says something, we will. I don't really want any. Oh, I wonder. Oh, that's something. Let's change that. Well, having said that, yeah, too little, too late on that one. I mean, I missed that on the Bond one. I wonder if that must have been meant all of the chat. Yeah, all of the chat was a couple of seconds delayed coming up on the screen. Oh well. Not hugely important, but never mind. Oh, hang on. Stay on page. Oh, save it. No, let's save it. Now I'll back out and get into the correct one. But as you can see, I have done multiple other. This is where I do most of the chat boxes for my for just generally all my doings, because they make for a nice little chat box, and you can add that Kappa Gen thing. I mean, you can do the whole overlay here if you particularly want to do it. It's just I've got a lot of the other sources that are automatically dealt with, and therefore quite good for that purpose. Right, chat, that's what we're after. Chatty chats. Right, position and size is fine. Settings, I believe, is fine. Show messages permanently. Ignored users, that's fine. That's fine, probably at least. Right, picking a font is going to be crucial. But the easiest way to pick a font, I think, is that the one I'm after? Yes, that is the what. That is the world I'm after. Let's try just slapping the word miniatures in and see which one makes me think, oh, that's nice, with the word miniatures in it. Not that it's going to feature the word miniatures that much, because this is going to be for the chat, which in fairness is probably the most desirable thing for the chat, is something nice and simple and readable. But oh, Pretzel Rocks has just popped up, and he hasn't popped up there. Marvellous, I think that's worked. Good. It's what we like to see. Yeah, like festive. Festive is nice, but not very readable. And I'm trying to make sure everything's readable. Dosis isn't too bad. Nothing spectacular. Arguably, let's get it up there as a tab for options later. Scrolling through the fonts now. Scrolling through fonts. Looking up, looking down for fonts now. Where are the fonts there in front of you? That's true, yes, you're quite right indeed. Fontings. The fontings are here. Everybody loves a good fonting. Everybody loves fonts. Fonts galore. Fonts I mean, it's not a bad one. It's quite a nice little... It's got a bit of unique shaping to it, whilst also being quite readable. I think if you're reading it on a screen, you want sans serif rather than serif fonts. I can't remember if that's true. I think if it's printed, you want serif fonts. It makes it more readable. Whereas if you... Oh, that's quite a nice one. Whereas on a screen, you want sans serif because it makes it more readable. But don't quote me on that, because I may have just made that up to support my own arguments. I don't know. No, I think it's one of those ones I learnt years ago, but it clearly didn't stick in the brain. Press start. I've used that one before. Can't remember where. Where was that? Must be... That must be a retro one, but I haven't done a retro one. Oh, it was for the Nuzlocke. It's for my Nuzlocke one. Very good font for retro Pokemon games. You can have mine by big giant circles. You can have my what? Oh, you can have my anything, dear. Rappity-pow, rappity-pow, rappity-pow-pow-pow. Pippity-pow, pippity-pow, skippity-pow-pow, skippity-pow, skippity-pow. Just scat singing now. Skippity-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a. There's not a lot else you can do while you're just scrolling through fonts. I can't deny I might get bored because I'm noticing I'm not even halfway through this volume of fonts, which is alarming. I've got 3 options that I quite like, so I might just stick with those 3 options, but there is an argument that says you never know what the next one might be. You never know, you might spot a better one. A better one! But, at some point I'll probably spot the one I used for Final Fantasy as well. I might even spot the one... Oh, they're not in alphabetical order, are they? So God only knows where I'll spot them, but there was another couple that I've used in the past. Boogaloo? Was that a font name? Or just you were boogalooing? There's one called Crub. Crub. I like that one. I do like that one. Not really suitable for this purpose because it's all caps, which, granted, I have all caps on the Final Fantasy one, but that's because it goes with the theme Final Fantasy, but that would almost go nicely with God of War. I feel like if I did a God of War overlay, which I don't plan on doing a God of War overlay, but you never know. Maybe one day. One day. Someday. Seems unlikely though. Stencil's not terrible. I mean, there is a certain paintiness to stencil, but I just don't know. When made quite small, I don't know how readable that stencil one's going to be. The word miniatures is just blurring into nonsense word. So it's because it's got an A in the middle, isn't it? Weird word. Very weird way. Love you like a sister. School bell. Spectral SC, that's the one I use for Final Fantasy. Not important information, but you never know, you might have been interested. I really hope that's a smell from outside the house and not inside the house. Oh, that's another one I've used as well for the Drod overlay I gave to Mr. Malascalabar. Although he never managed to get the stream elements part to work, which was slightly unfortunate, but doesn't make too much difference. Most of it was built as video files rather than anything else. Finger paints. I mean, it does have a paint aesthetic, doesn't it? I'm not 100% convinced by it. I mean, I like Shoujo Maru, not for this purpose, but I like it as a font. It's got a certain feels. I suppose a Shoujo Maru is probably biasing my thoughts as well, but it's got that Oriental style towards it. Are you loved by the king? I don't think that's going to be loved by the king. I think the king's not going to enjoy that one. The Treed wins. If I ever dedicate myself to doing Sea of Thieves, that'd be quite a good font to use. Eater, interesting. I'm just skimming a little bit now.
Primarily because I've got like 5 options, yeah. I've got like 5 options, so it's kind of doesn't feel like it's a hugely important thing to get too many more. I suspect if anything really stood out, it would catch my eye, even going at a reasonable pace. See, like that. That I quite like, but so unreadable. I mean, especially that M. You would not believe that was an M, would you? Jesus. Stern stencils now. Already got a stencily one. Princess Sophia's quite a nice one. From the Tart Workshop. Nice. Hello, this is Princess Sophia. She works in the Tart Workshop. She's a tart. She's a wee little tart. So close to the end. Hey, we've made it all the way at the end of the font. Right, okay, let's try. Let's try finger paint first. Oops, what's happened here? Finger paint. I'm not convinced. Although, equally not unconvinced. Maybe we do want something like 20. Seems like the most readable. But at this point, we now just have to. Drop that down a bit. I do fear that 16 is going to be. Well, it depends really on the screen you read it on. Insulting anybody who watches on a phone. I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it. It looks very readable. Not when it's tiny, but again, on this larger side of screen. Let's try one of the others. Alert stencil. Well, that looks to be a smaller font in general, which means I could probably up the size, but you don't really. That level of size you do not see. You just don't see the stencil, so it makes the stencil a bit worthless. Oops. Kalam, no. Just straight up no to that one. So we'll get rid of that. Acme. No, not Amaranth. Acme, please. Acme. Acme, please. Not intolerable. Not intolerable. Dosis. No. I could probably bold it, but no. Don't like it. So I'm leaning towards. Partially because, I mean, it does. Being called finger paint does of course have that element of it is a painting thing. So don't really need. What was that? It was doing a
Intolerable job of maybe yes to the bold. I think 17. Yeah. Unreasonable. I'm wondering if maybe 18. Can we do like 17.5? Happy to do something like that. Yeah, there we go. Split the difference. Yeah, I think that should work. I think on top of the green. Guys, I think I said that before, but I think this is a different one. But it is just a little bit of Mario in there. That back to full visibility. Oh no, the black is a little bit too much. White, yeah, I think the white might be better. Completely different colour, but I think black and white is definitely the best options, and I think white and green. Lose it a bit because obviously I might need to done this in the past. I might need to put what we call it for lack of a better phrase, a dampening on it. Basically what we want to do is just I see, we want that above the axe as well, please. Ditch that window capture because nothing exciting is going to happen on the window capture now. I'll say that, it might happen. Ditch that chat box because we don't really need that one for now. And now what we want to do is bring in get sized off first and then figure out the rest. Over everything basically, I think. Now definitely worked. It definitely has a better contrast there, I think. Readable is still debatable, but again, it sort of depends on how big you have your screen, really. I mean, and when live, you're not necessarily going to matter because you'll have this chat next to it. When not live, you might have it as a bigger screen. So, I don't know. It'll probably go. And then the other tester, I suppose. Let's have a look. Ding, 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 ding. Pop them all in. They're a little bit small. I suppose I didn't fully emote size here. I think we can probably go up to maybe 100. Save that up, and then barrage it once again. I think we're probably going slightly bigger than that. 120. Yeah. I think go even bigger. Maximum power. Whoa. Split the difference. So we'll go down to 130. I will try. I mean, certainly it will. Oh, that is you. I thought another thing that wasn't supposed to be in the chat box was chatting, but I realised the problem is between Stream Elements and my version of the stream chat, your colours changed. So in my stream chat, it's orange, and then in the sort of Stream Elements chat, it's ended up blue. Right, so that should all be good. The emote explosions, unfortunately, are. I mean, they don't really work as well anymore because they don't have the emotes that I actually like using. In fact, there's even less emotes now. Seem to be hemorrhaging emotes, something drastic. I think I've basically selecting. Let's use that thing. Some popcorn will do, I suppose. These really are the shittest emotes they could possibly have found for an emote explosion. That will do. Throw a Pokemon in there. I used to quite like it when they had the Twitch ones available because you could I was able to theme it towards Twitch and purple essentially, and now they're just awful array of emotes that are available. Those ones will do. Which will probably mean dramatically overused, but oh, I see. That's interesting. That, of course, is not what I'm seeing because I cut them down. There we go. Now that's extra weird. Oh, world, why are you doing brain fuck? Because it's set to a random animation. You've got on the actual overlay, it's doing one thing, and on the preview of the overlay, it's doing something else because it's all set to be random. That's insanity. World, please don't do that. Don't do that.
Right, anyway, that should save that, which has probably just cleared the chat, but we were okay. Okay-ish anyway. There we go. You must prepare the feast. That's, in fairness, I need to prepare a feast as well in the not too.
Who's sneaking about?
That's fair enough. You're sneaking about. We're pretty much finished anyway, because I've got a chat box I'm satisfied with. I've got the alert box prepped. I've got all my sprues. I've got the camera there. And I must admit, fucking maximum lights. All of the lights are mine. And so I'm mostly satisfied that I'm pretty much kitted, suited, booted and rooted. Pop a little doodah there. Let's lock the camera down, because that's needed to stay where it is. Everything else may get some extra fancying up at some point. But why are you not closing the folder? No. Don't say it when it just refuses to work. Right. Let's back out of there, because that should be saved. That should all be good. We don't need Corel Draw open anymore, so let's just start generally shutting bits and bobs down. We don't need that second window. We don't need Photoshop open anymore, because that's sorted. We don't need that open anymore. We don't need that open anymore. And basically I think that's it. That is going to be our finale. And there we have it. I might upload something there to the Arts Hole channel. But outside of that, I think we are done. So let's, whoops, that's the window I need. That's the window I need. Let's drop Only Human, the Pixel Chip song. Shut that down. And then, I don't know. It depends on how many full-on lurkers there are. Because if it's just me and thee, always difficult to know who real people are. Who's the real person? I don't think I'll bother with Radington, because it doesn't seem hugely worthwhile. With just me, basically, at this stage. So what we'll do is we'll just say cheerio, I think, really. I'm suitably satisfied with that. Let's just have a double check of this, because I can run those by myself. I think, anyway. Oh, I have to. Okay, interesting. Oh, no, no, that's fine. Can I not actually do what? Can I do one? Can I do one? Can I do one? That. Oh, okay, that's something different. That's not what we needed to do all. Okay, apparently it's awkward to get things to do. That's fine. I can work around this. We can work around it. Where there's a will, there's a way. And sometimes there's not a way. Okay, that's going to echo in a moment or two, I think, isn't it? No, apparently not. Maybe I was quiet at exactly the right moment. Right, let's pop down here, pop down there, and then... No, I don't know. I don't want the bloody dashboard. Here we go. Fuck me. Sideways. There we go. No, I don't want... I was saying, look, they're free for me, a fucking Egypt. The key thing is it going to work? There we go. That is quite quiet. I might have to investigate that, but that's a job for another day. Let's try some of these others, see if they seem... Although having said that, they seem quiet. Let's try and gauge it against that.
Nah, I see ya!
Okay. So yes, I think they could do with going a little bit up.
Dying hurts!
Yeah, okay. Come on. I'm not the one who's supposed to be waiting.
I own the bloody soundboard, don't I? Bastards. There you go, appropriate for clearing the quest of building an overlay. Anyway, that is... Oh, I see. Do I want sound alerts coming up on that chat window? Ah, that is an interesting thing. No, not really. So let's go and deal with that as one last thing. Good. Ah, there we go. Right, dashboard. Yes, dashboard, please. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open stream. Oh, what fun. No, that one. Please. There we go. Edit. So what is the chat I need to get rid of? Sound alerts. Sound alerts. I don't want you chatting. Sound alerts. That should silence you. Saving. Saving. Now let's see if that does a thing. Did it do the thing? Or completely break? It did the thing. EA Sports. It did the thing. I probably want to go through all of my chat windows and deal with that. That one's not hugely important. That one probably worthwhile doing. Should really do this by myself, but you know, fuck it. Fuck it. In a bucket, sir. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll pop that one in there as well. Was that definitely the name of the fucker? Sound alerts. Yes, it was. Marvellous. Let's see if we can't do this in a better way. I don't know. Probably won't work, but you know, might as well give it a go. Final Fantasy text box. Yes, that would be a useful one to do. Stream chat settings. No, that definitely didn't work. Okay, sound alerts. We won't worry about the other one because that one shouldn't ever come up. Now, anything else here that I would like to get rid of? That one probably, although I don't know when I'm next going to use it, but we might as well deal with it now. Doing all the deals. Oh, well, no, we have not got any of those installed. Stream elements and sound alerts. That should be all of them suitably ignored now. I can't deny it. What we probably also want to do is in the standard chat box have I don't know how that works, but still I don't know. Well, I suppose arguably it might already be doing it. Cancel that and see what happens.
Fatality.
Well, that's interesting. It didn't even show the. How curious. Why is it showing all the others and not that one? No, it's not coming up in the chat at all. Oh well, I suppose. Fine, if you insist on being a dick machine. If you insist on being a dick machine. Everybody loves a dick machine. Anyway, we'll show it off one more time, because that's what we accomplished. Well, we finished it off. I'd already done most of it prior to the stream, and yet it still took me 3 hours to do, which is slightly alarming, because, you know, I hadn't planned on spending 3 hours doing the one thing, but still. Anyway, it's time to say cheerio and put it away. So I will say cheerio, and then I'll put it away. It really is that simple. You do the things you say. Cheerio.